Hi, I'm Helen from Helen's House and Garden. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make shortcrust pastry by hand. I've weighed out 125 grams of butter, and what I'm going to do is cut it up into small cubes. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's going to make it easier for when we actually add the flour and try and rub the butter into the flour. You don't have to be precise with this, the cubes just need to be fairly small. All I'm doing is cutting the big block into slices, and then that slice into several sticks, and then the sticks into tiny cubes. So just work all the way through the block of butter until you've cubed the whole lot. I'm making this shortcrust pastry suitable for vegetarians, so the suet I'm going to add is vegetable suet, and as you can see it's already been pre-shredded. Now I'm going to have to catch you up here. I hit record on my camera, so I thought, and I lost a bit of footage. All I've done is got a large mixing bowl and put in there 500 grams of strong bread flour. To that I also added 1 teaspoon of salt, and then the 125 grams of butter which we chopped into cubes, 120 grams of the vegetable shredded suet, and then I just mixed all the ingredients by hand really loosely, covering them with the flour. So here you join me where I'm now rubbing the fats into the flour and making the actual pastry. And this is the method that you can use to make crumbles or anything where you have to rub fat into a flour and essentially make it into a breadcrumb texture before you add any liquids. Now the easy way of doing this is to put these ingredients into either a food processor or a food mixer and let a motorised engine do all the hard work. But for any reason why you haven't got one of these machines, or you just want to do it the traditional way, here's how you do it. So you just put your hands into the mixture and pull up a couple of handfuls and lift your hands out of the bowl above the actual main body of the mixture. You then want to use your thumb to rub the fats into the flour and use your thumb rubbing against the mixture onto your fingers, and that will incorporate all the fats into the flour. You need to keep doing this until there's no lumps of fat left. It can take some time depending on how good you are at it and how quickly the fat rubbed into the flour, and that will depend on how soft it is. I find that the vegetable suet does take a little bit more work to rub in, and it doesn't go down to an absolute fine breadcrumbs. You will find this mixture is a little bit gritty. As long as you've got no big lumps left in there and generally the mixture looks like breadcrumbs, you're good to go. I've been mixing this for about 10 minutes and we're almost finished, and as you can see the mixture has gone to more like a breadcrumb consistency. There's just a few lumps to get out, so just a couple more goes at mixing it through and we should be done. I've got a couple of tips for you. Tip number 1 is if you shake the bowl, you will bring any of the lumps up to the surface. So when you think you're getting close to being done, just shake the bowl and any lumps will come to the surface, and it's really easy to see how much more mixing that you need to do, how much more rubbing in of the flour and the fats. Tip number 2 is make sure that you're not working with your hands stuck into the bottom of the bowl with the ingredients like this. You won't ever be able to rub the fats into the flour like this. So make sure you grab the handfuls of ingredients and lift them out of the bowl and let the flour and the mixture fall through your fingers as you rub it in. After about 10-15 minutes, you should have a breadcrumb texture, and then you want to add 185 ml of cold water. Now this bit, you're going to get a little bit sticky and messy to start off with. Just mix in the water into the flour mixture and form it into a dough. I'm just using my hand to scrunch everything together into the bowl, and then, as you can see, I'm turning the bowl around and repeatedly scrunching it all together until everything combines. Now, tip number 3 is to add nearly all the water to start off with, mix it in, and then just add the last little drop as you go along, just to make sure that you don't end up with too wet a dough. Whilst I'm forming the dough, if you're getting value from my videos, please smash the like button. It really helps my YouTube channel to grow. You can subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notifications, and that will give you a notification for when I upload a new video. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll always answer, and let me know in comments if you've tried this recipe and let me know how you're getting on. After about a minute of mixing, the dough really starts coming together and we're almost ready to wrap it up and put it in the fridge. Just wipe the ball of dough around the bowl, and that ensures you get all the last bits of the dough out of the bowl. And then what you need to do is just to really form it together, give it a quick knead on a hard surface like the kitchen top counter. It doesn't require kneading like a bread dough. All you're trying to do is just form everything together so it's in one piece without any of the little bits. You can see I'm just picking up with the main part of the dough any of the loose crumbs, and then just pushing it together, working it backwards and forwards and making it all form into one solid mass. Here I've rolled it into a sausage shape, and then folding the ends into the centre, and then just rolling it out again and making it into a large ball. And then once you're happy with that, you want it a nice smooth consistency, what we need to do is wrap it in cling film and pop it into the fridge to rest. Now, short crust pastry, you need to rest it for at least 30 minutes, and that's so the gluten inside the flour can stretch and it cools the whole pastry down. So when you then go to roll it out to use it, it actually makes the whole dough easier to roll. And there you have it, short crust pastry made by hand, all ready to go onto your pasties or pies. Please check out my other videos and don't forget to hit me up with like, share, subscribe. I very much appreciate you helping me to grow my YouTube channel. But for now, I shall be seeing you.